welcome back to episode 3 of Hugo and Architects of the West Kingdom. So I am now planning ahead. I had planned somewhat my next turn, which is going to the town center and capture another 6 of his meeples, and then that's his turn, which he goes, as I suspected, to the black market, because it's one of the few that's still left for him to go. So he has black markets and guild hall actions left. So he loses a virtue but gains 2 marble, which is a little bit annoying, of course, because it's 2 points for him, but well, can't be helped probably. So my next turn actually is then to go to the guardhouse. So I go to the guardhouse, I sell his 6 people, which gives me 6 coins, which is another 5 and 1 coin. So what I could do now actually is to, so I have 2 more actions at the guardhouse actually. So I can free my 2 meeples I have in there as 1 action, and I can do another action and pay 3 coin. So let's get 5 of these. So let's pay 3 coins then to get back all of these meeples he has captured. And that's my turn. So now it's his action again, and then he goes to the guardhouse. So he goes to the guardhouse, and so what he does first, he frees all of his meeples, which makes sense. And that's his action, so he doesn't do anything else. So yeah, so it's my turn again. So I have more meeples back. Oh, I also need to pay, I think, or did I pay the tax in there? Let's pay the tax on that, just to be sure. Okay, so now it's my turn again. So now, let's go, do I want to build here in the guild hall and get rid of one of my, so there's 2 left, so there's one is a black market and one is probably guild hall action. I mean I can capture all of my meeples from the board, but I don't think I need this because I still have quite some left, so this isn't an issue. I have coins again. So I could start building stuff actually. So let's go to the guild hall. And I build the lumber camp. This costs me 4 clay and 2 stones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and these 2 stones. So I have now built the lumber camp. And for that I get 4 wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 wood. Unfortunately, now need 1 more clay to build the carpenter's hut, but that's okay. So Constantine's turn, he goes to the tax stand action. So it's actually not a guild hall action, so it's a tax stand action. So he loses 2 virtue. There is no money in there anyway, but he gains a marble. Okay, so it's my turn again. So what I could do, I could go now to the workshop to get more building cards actually. Or I could go to the King's Storehouse to gain 2 virtue, which I probably want to do because I want to get to the point where I can actually build on the cathedrals. Let's go there, and I pay 2 more wood to gain 2 virtue. So I'm now at 3. So my minus points are getting lower, so that's okay. Then his last thing is he goes to the town center. So there's not a 3rd black market. I always thought it was a black. So he just goes to the town center, and he captures where I have the most, which is actually the guardhouse anyway. So next turn he has to shuffle, so he doesn't do anything next turn. So that's good for me. But I have to look up. I think I have to add a card in his thingy. But we will see when it comes to that. Let's first check what I do. And I do. So I could. So the thing is, I also probably want to play the clay pit just to get the gold that I need, or I could just go to the mines actually. To get that gold to build. But I need one clay anyway for building the carpenter's thingy. I mean, you can go again to the king's storehouse to just get more virtue. I need to go to the quarry also just to get more stone. Or I could go to the black market actually to get myself a really good card. And I don't lose any virtue because I have the illusionist, which is why I got him. He's really powerful, so I don't lose anything but still can go there. Let's get myself a gold. So his turn he has to shuffle. So what happens? I have to make sure again. I always forget that. Oh no, he does just shuffle them. It's not. He doesn't take no turn, so he has to shuffle. So I have to shuffle these. And there's now some future cards in there, which is what was it? I think a 1 Guildhall action. So there's 2 Guildhall actions normal in the deck. So there's now 3 in it. So he now escalates in going to build the cathedral, of course. So that's why at some point I want to go to and build the cathedral. So he goes to the town center again, which isn't something new. So he captures from where I have the most and then start probably from the mines. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I go. So, well, it matters a bit. Let's go again to the storehouse then. And I trade 3 wood. I think I can trade 3 wood. Yeah, to go 1, 2, 3. So I'm now at 0 minus points again, which is good. Advantage here now is that I can build on a cathedral again, which is probably kind of important. So again, he goes to the town center and captures D3 actually. But now this is kind of expensive for me. Well, not really. So I could now go to the cathedral, which I probably want to. Since now I can, I go to the cathedral here. Have to pay 1 gold, which I have, and get rid of one of the cards, which I get rid of the steeple because it's not that many points, and I will probably not be the one that has the most building cards. So let's not do that. But I get one of the reward cards, which gives me another virtue and 3 coins, which is actually great. So Constantine's turns now. He goes to the tax stand. He loses 2 virtue and gains a 1, 2, but he gets a marble. So now I could go to the guardhouse, which I probably want to do. So I go to the guardhouse and I take this action to free my people. So instead of paying 5 coins, which I could, I can, since I'm Hugo, which is basically a special powers. What I can do now is I can take the alternative, which is getting a debt and losing a virtue. So I lose a virtue, and I would gain now a debt, but I could pay now 2 coins, which is the special power of Hugo. Let's remind us again what his special powers are. So whenever I gain a debt, I can pay 2 coins and ignore that. And this is of course way cheaper for me. Instead of paying 5 coins to do the same, I only have to pay 2 coins, and it doesn't go to the tax stand, which in the solo play isn't that important. But now I can free all my captured maples. So that's really powerful ability of Hugo to just do that, because basically it just costs him a virtue and 2 coins to actually free all his people instead of 5 coins, which is a huge advantage. And since I've gained some virtue, I don't mind losing some. Now Constantine just goes to the workshop, so he pays. So there's 2 coins in the tax stand. The trader unfortunately is gone, which is actually a good card, because would have not been that, well, actually wouldn't have been that bad for my combo, but well, it's gone now. The trickster, so she's interesting because basically if I go to the black market, I can ignore a coin, which is interesting because then I wouldn't lose a virtue, and I could take this example as a free action now if I take the trickster, which I actually might want to consider doing. And then there's of course a future scheme card also added, which is not a guardhouse action. Okay. So now I'm kind of getting rid of some cards here. Let's go. I could go again to the casino. No, I can't, because I don't have anything yet there to go there. I will need to get more wood, which I need to get anyway to build the carpenter's hut. So let's go to the forest. So I get 2 wood plus 1 from my wood cutter, so I get actually 3 wood. And Constantine goes. Did I put? Let me see quickly. No, I didn't put any one of his meeple into the workshop. No, I did. So he goes to the guild hall. Yeah. So he goes to the guild hall. So he moves 1 up. He gains a virtue, and he gains a marble, which gets him to 5 again. So he actually has 10 marbles now, and that's that action. And he destroys one of these, which have gotten a gold, which is kind of a good card. So there's 1 left I could get. But first I probably want to build, well, I could capture some of mine, but I don't think this is any important. Let's go to the workshop and get 2 more building cards maybe. Oh, I need 1 stone actually, so I need to go, let's go to the quarry then to get 2 stone. So his next action is the King's Storehouse, which he just gains 1 virtue. I could go to the guild hall now to build more of the cathedral, because I could pay 3 wood and 1 stone and still have enough for the carpenter's huts. But then I get really low on cards, but yeah, I think I mean, I want to get the trickster also, but well, or I mean, I could also get more of the woodcutters just to get more points in the end. There's currently just 2 out: the squire and the debt collector. Just to increase the points from the carpenter's hut, which maybe not that bad. But I also kind of want to build the observatory. Let's think. Let's get the marble and the wood, or do I want to build a cathedral, or do I want to get... Because there's the last reward there, and if he has another Guildhall action, this is lost. And I don't really want to lose that, but then there's 6 more turns left where I can build the carpenter's hut. And I would get rid of maybe the clay pit, because it's just 3 points. But it gets me gold, but I can go to gold and maybe on the black market anyway. If it resets, yeah, let's go to the Guildhall. So this costs me 4 resources, so I pay 3 wood and a stone to get up here, and I also have to get rid of a card, which I get rid of the clay pit. Then I got rid of the last reward card, which is just getting me 2 virtue. Well, it's not that great. 1, 2. It's actually not that great. Well. So, guardhouse action. So he goes to the guardhouse. So he doesn't free any people, he doesn't have any free, he doesn't get money from my captured because he hasn't anything captured. He doesn't free any of his because I don't have any of his captured, and he doesn't get to do that action either because he doesn't have any debt, so that's just a blank turn that he did there. Which is interesting. So, so now it's... Oh, so I need clay anyway now to build the carpenter's hut. So I need... Let's go to the mines. And then... it's his turn again. He goes to the black market. So from left to right. So he goes to the middle thingy here. And that is actually just add 1 future pile, which is a Guildhall action. So there's now a lot of Guildhall actions in there, which is not that good. Do I want to recapture? I have still some left. It's not that important currently. I probably want to get now some. So, yeah, I want to get some more building cards actually first. So that's 2 more building cards I can get. So the silver market I have to redraw because it's a market card, which isn't going into the solo play, but that's something I don't. So there's a well here, which just gives me 4 clay, 4 basically 2 wood and 2 stone and 3 points, and I have the hideout, which is actually interesting. Gives me 8 points. I can immediately free everybody. But I lose 2 virtue. Yeah, I mean the well I can use for building on the cathedral. It's not bad, that bad. But for this I need the stonemason or stonecutter, which I could get actually. There's 2 out, so I can even get the patron. Well, this doesn't help me much actually because there isn't good combinations. So yeah, or I mean I can get the trickster, which is a stonecutter, which wouldn't be that bad, but. Currently I can't. Well, I have enough money to do it, so. So Constantine again goes to the black market. Okay, everything is... Forget everything I just planned. So he goes to the black market, which gets him 1 thingy jig here, and then there's a black market reset. So these 3 go into prison. He loses a virtue because he has 3 or more, and he also gets again the debt because it's the most in there. And then this resets also, which just gives 2 marble and 2 wood. And I need some stuff actually. So let's see. I could now you know what? I want to have the trickster. So let's go to the workshop, and I pay. Now I have to pay actually quite a lot. I basically pay these 5. There's 2 that goes into the tax stand, 2 that I pay, and 1 I have to pay to get to the 4 to get the trickster. So the trickster now gives me that symbol which I need for the hideout. Now in the black market I don't have to pay any coin, which basically gives me 1 space for free, but I lose a virtue immediately. But since I'm now back again really high up, I don't care. I now have enough 5 people here, which is almost the maximum. I think the maximum is 6 I can get. Let's make sure. Blah, 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 blah. Workshop. Oh no, more than 5 actually. So I'm actually at the maximum actually. Let's put the silver market on the bottom. So I'm actually at the maximum of points or of apprentices I can get, which is fine, I guess. So what does Constantine do? Constantine goes to the guild hall. Ugh. So, which there is another black market reset, which is actually bad for him. So he goes to there, so he gains 1 more step on there. He doesn't gain that. He gains but he gains a virtue, and he gains 1 marble. But he also receives another debt because again, and he loses then a virtue because there's a black market reset. So actually, so he then loses because he has 3 or more, and then he gets 1 debt because he's the most on it. So this flips again. So I can just go there to get a marble, because now I have the trickster, which is kind of interesting. But now I have to kind of, because there's getting less and less actions there, I have to think about how I want to manage the things here. So I think I'm going to I could build a cathedral, which gives me, which I can pay a marble for, which is okay. I could build the hideout, or I can build the carpenter. So the carpenter I can build now. I need some more wood to build the hideout and some more stone actually. So let's go. There's a lot of things to consider here. So let's see. Because the carpenter's hut gives me 9 points, which I definitely want to build. We can also build the observatory, but then I have to get a lot of resources right now. So maybe I do that actually. So I get 3 stones here. 1, 2, 3 stones. Then it's his action, which he goes to the workshop, which is basically a benign action more or less. So he goes to the workshop, which he destroys the bottom one, the debt collector. What do I do with that? Yeah, I put it on the bottom, I think. And then this moves over. Not from this one, so I don't know what this is. This goes back into here. And I replace that with that one. Oh, and I have to replace this one on top, which is the first one. So yeah, let's do that. And then there's a future scheme card, which is more or less just basically guild hall actions. So it does more guild hall actions, and there's 2 coins into the tax stand. That's my turn again. So I have now 4 things, so maybe I also get some wood. So let's get 3 more wood. 1, 2, 3. And then it's his turn. Tech stand action. Okay. Tech stand, so he gets rid of everything he just put into there, and then he gets a marble. And I would say, I think this is a little bit of an overlong episode. We will stop it out here, and we will see us next time in the next episode.